Greg's dad, Bill Lauer, has been swimming since he was 20 years old. I believe he started in the Navy. He's 84, so he's been competitively swimming for 64 years. And Greg and his brother grew up in the water. It was important to his dad. Swimming is a life skill, but he also considers the pool to be the fountain of youth. I'd never been to a swim meet. I'd never been to a practice. I didn't really know what that was until Greg and I got married, and then our kids started swimming, and I just became indoctrinated into this whole world. The leadership skills that our 17-year-old daughter has learned, not only she's a team captain, she's a lifeguard, she's a coach, she teaches in shark school. It's a big part of our family life. So we are standing on the porch of the Easter farmhouse. This is where my grandfather, A.D. Easter, was born in 1924. And growing up, my brother and I spent pretty much all of our non-school time here on the farm with Granddad. At 5 o'clock every morning, he was out counting cows and feeding cows and checking the fence lines and driving the fence lines. We spent a lot of time riding the tractor. We learned to drive a tractor when we were very young. We learned to drive trucks out here when we were in elementary school. We participated in putting up the hay and feeding the cows, bringing salt out. I think that watching him work and take care of his family's property really instilled a really strong work ethic.
Brandi Lauer truly took to heart the influences of her upbringing. Armed with an economics degree and several years of banking experience, she joined Regions in 2012 and found her family farm values were welcomed by all.
Her drive to serve others is so strong that she's naturally approachable. A lot of the project work that I worked with her on, she's taken the time to really listen and understand and uncover issues and really spend 90% of her time understanding that and then 10% of the time solution solving. And she applies that really, I've seen it across levels of leadership and associate.
She and I have always worked really well together. She's extraordinarily detail-oriented, very efficient in her workflow. She's helped develop how we go to market with regards to, formerly debt products, now credit products, and she's been very instrumental in our success.
Banking is a team sport here at Regions, and she personifies that probably better than anyone I've ever worked with. When you get Brandi on your team, you've got someone who is truly devoted and committed and excited and brings tremendous energy, which affects everybody in a very positive way.
Even in her home life, Brandi's energy is boundless. While raising 3 children of their own, she and Greg decided it was time to open their home to others in distress.
We have known through church multiple families over the years that have, fostered and adopted children. And so it's something that we talked about sort of at a high level. And then in 2015, a friend of our oldest daughter, she was 15 at the time, she went back into the system after having been adopted. And so that was sort of the turning point for us, the trigger in which we became, through multiple steps, became involved with youth villages and took in our first foster child.
It's a lot of adjustment. You are adjusting your home and your lifestyle to meet the needs of a variety of children. We were in their home at least weekly, sometimes twice a week. We met with the children to ensure that all of their needs were being met, to ensure that they were understanding why they were in foster care, why they weren't able to be with their family, where they were, and just kind of help them transition to this new home and what this process meant.
Some of the younger children didn't even understand indoor plumbing, had never used or seen a toilet, thought the pipes were magic because when you turned the sink on, hot water actually came out. Things that we take for granted that they're just completely blown away by. And it really was eye-opening for our entire family and an amazing lesson for our biological children to say, wow, these are things that you don't even think about and these kids have never even seen before. Older children that have been in our house have talked to us about living with rats and cockroaches and watching, domestic violence and having drug trades and activity and things sort of taking place in the house. And so You don't have to sell everything you own and pack up and leave the country to do mission work. There are people right in your back door that need help.
The Lauers just recently adopted 3 children through our foster care program here at Youth Villages. And these children, whenever we found out about them, we knew that they were going to need some additional support and structure and just love and attention. And we knew that the Lauer family would be able to provide that for them.
I hope that when my children grow up, that they continue to have compassion for other people, that they look for ways to do things for other people, that they always choose the right path, no matter how difficult it is, and that they love other people, and that they become independent citizens. I want everything for them.